You know what I want to talk to you about, low key, like real deal. I want to talk to you about is
Hmm.
the vaccination, the
Oh yeah.
vaccine. Granted, I want to get your take on the vaccine first, and I'm gonna give my take on it.
My thing is with the vaccine it takes 10 to 15 years to process the vaccine. We did it in 9 months. I'm
Okay,
not sure if it's modern technology or I don't
okay,
know.
okay. That this is my thing behind it. I heard somebody say that to me too, and I was like, I understand where you're coming from, but you got to look at it as it's a global pandemic.
Mm,
We haven't seen a global pandemic since the 1920s.
yeah.
That was the last time with the Spanish flu that we had something like this where people had a quarantine and saying technology has improved since then. But back then, they was everybody, every country was working together to figure out something. So that took them what 3 years to take it on the control because it was like from 1918 to 1920 to like 2 year span of just nothing but quarantine with until they got it under control. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I understand your point of view of that. But okay, now you gotta look at it as yo, this year is 2020. Now imagine every single country with the technology they have in the year 2020 to find a way for a vaccination for
Yeah.
this. It would make sense for they to find something by now
Yeah, in a short amount of time.
in a certain amount of time because you have the technology
Mm-hmm.
that can do samples. You have the machine that does rapid samples.
Yeah.
If you ever seen machines that's in basic shit that does that's it's coded to do multiple
Mm-hmm.
tests at one time, motherfucker, it makes sense. You
And
know what
so
I mean?
it's kind of like how since cars can park themselves, it's like
Exactly.
why can't we get a vaccine?
Vaccine. If you've seen now, you got okay. It's like a good, great idea, great example. If you look at cars, how they're made nowadays. Back
Mm-hmm.
then, you had the machine with somebody there that
Yeah.
helps the machine. Now you go to the means, program it, and the machine puts together each part of what you want
Mm-hmm.
to be put apart. So why wouldn't the whole world in 2020 with the technology that they have to find something in 9 months?
Yeah.
And my take on it, I was like, dude, you have to look at it like, yo, there's so much people working on it. So if you have all these different countries working on it, it's gonna bound to be done by
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna take 9 years if everybody's working on this one disease right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So my
Well.
second thing is,
Oh yeah.
well,
Good.
we're good. But my second thing was people was like, oh, I'm not taking it. I was like, dude, you're forgetting that the first people taking it are surgeons, doctors, nurses.
Yeah.
Those are the first people that are taking it,
Oh, did you hear
which
that
is
the presidents they don't be like on TV taking it, like
taking it.
Obama and
Obama,
Bush?
if you look at something like that, why the hell would they want to try to kill off the people that is trying to save your life?
Mm-hmm.
If they given these people, the nurses, the surgeons, and the doctors, all those people first, do you think they will give something that will cause trauma to them so they won't be able to save the other people during these times? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That your kids like us in the age of 18, you're not gonna take it no time soon.
Yeah.
And you know it's the funniest shit?
Hmm.
When you was born, you had to get all these different vaccinations to go to public school,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was mandatory because if you didn't get it, you couldn't go to public school.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but freaking if you, I feel like soon it's gonna be like if you don't have it, you can't enter to some places. That's what
It
it's
is
about to
like
be.
that because right now in Australia, you can't enter the country. You can't enter their country unless you're vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
unless you got the vaccination because how secure they are.
Yeah.
So you live in America, and the funniest thing is the beautiful thing about America is this: they be like, "Yo, it's free, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's your decision, right, to not take it. 100% your decision, but you can't go to school. You can't go to concerts or go on cruises or go on these planes. You can't even go live on campus in college unless you have it.
But I don't get that because like if you don't have it, why can't you just wear your mask if you don't take the vaccine?
They, that too. But hey, They're gonna tell you that.
Mhm.
So I was watching this podcast, and the dude was like, "Y'all not taking it." So he was like, "Okay, why haven't they said it? Then I'll take it. If it's like that, then I'll take it." I'm like,
Well, like if it's mandatory.
if it's mandatory, then I'll take it. You know what I mean? What's the
Mhm.
I can't do nothing about it. So if it's not mandatory, you're not taking it, right? But if it starts messing with all these stuff, you're taking it out. So what's the difference between it? What's the difference between the two? The two, it's the same. You're taking the same vaccination, so you're being strong-headed because you don't have to take it. It's not mandatory. But as soon as it becomes mandatory, I'm gonna be more relaxed or whatever. I have to do it. What can I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was looking at it, I was like, y'all makes no sense. And I was like, people was like, yo, you heard the cases? You heard how 6 people died. I was like, did you read what it says? No, I heard that 6 people. How did they die? They died from the vaccination. I went on the thing and I went on this. I do research on it. Yeah. Because in order to do podcasts, you got to do research. You know what I mean? You can't be talking out your ass. When you to people, you can't. I try to not be talking my ass, but I want to do research on it.
Hit that real own research department.
You know what's so crazy? Right now it's like 40 million people took it. Not 40 million. I'm retarded. 40,000 took it. Only 6 people had some kind of reaction to it out of 40,000. Let's start right there. 6 people out of 40,000. That's a goddamn big ass margin. Okay, you know why? What happened to them? They had an allergic reaction to it, which is it can't happen. You can't have allergic reaction to it.
Yeah,
but 6 people out of 40,000. Now, another thing they said is, "Yo, I'm not taking it because you can still get it, right? And you can still pass it on to people."
You can still get sick and you have the flu shot.
I was like, dude, do you know the difference between a vaccination and a cure? That the purpose of the vaccination is so it won't be as bad if you didn't have it, because people are dying at the end of the day from it.
You know what's weird? We have YouTube and you can watch literally a 1-minute video on how antibodies work and how vaccines work, and people are still like. They're saying outlandish stuff like that. That's incredibly wrong.
Like, that. He was like, "Granted that, dude." And I was like, "Yo, you're sitting here and you're saying all these outlandish shit, and you don't do nothing to back your information up."
Yeah, but some people that they have the statements like that, but they don't have the information to back it up. They do it because, but then again, some people are probably just, I want to say, they're scared of taking the vaccine because they don't know what's gonna happen. But
100%.
That's why they're looking for. Those people are looking for side effects to what happened to other people. But then again,
which is
different reactions to different people with
it.
So
which is 100% okay. If you came out and said, "Yo, I'm scared about what happens to it," 100% okay. But if you don't go and do your research behind it, you know what I mean, to ease something or do. There's literally articles after articles that gives you information on this stuff. And you don't take the time to read it, but you rather just look on an Instagram post or something,
like
and use that as the information that gives to you.
Their news from TikToks.
And I was like, "Yo,
just go to freaking what's the name of that website? It's something clinic.org. Mayo Clinic. Go get it from there. That's nice and reliable.
Dude, you know what's so funny though? There's so much smart people. So much smart people that's 10 times smarter than me, whatever. Some people I talk to that goes to Nova, whatever. And then you talk to them and he tells you the dumbest shit you ever heard. And then you ask them what they go to school for, and they be like, "Yo, I'm going to be a surgeon." I'm like, "You can't
that's crazy," because it's like, that's so true. Because like the friends that we have in college, they're saying the most like dumbest stuff, but it's like,
dude, you're going to school.
But they get that smart label because they're in college.
You're going to school to become a nurse, whatever you're going, surgeon, whatever you're doing, and you can't do basic research on cures that's in your field. Do that make any sense? And I find that so fascinating, Cam. I find it so fascinating how people, it's so easy to believe stuff they don't they didn't comprehend for themselves.
Yeah.
And that goes with every freaking thing in this world. It goes with politics. It goes with religion. It goes with freaking medicine. You don't do your own research.
Mm.
With even with the freaking the thing with this.
Yeah, we even talked about this before. How people they don't take time to do their own research without we have
Exactly.
all the information in our pocket.
On your phone. You know, the funniest one that I heard that we all heard is that the tracking device one. They try to put tracking device in you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people don't believe it, but I was like, why would you believe that though? That's
But
the
I think those people
question.
that think about that is gonna be like, I don't know, it's like the chip that's inside of you. What if that malfunctions and then you're messed up? I'm like,
I'm like,
it could be, but at the same time, it's like,
you know, it's so
it's
funny.
50-50.
Get ahead. You know, it's so funny. I remember when one of the iPhones came out. I don't remember what iPhone was. I think it was like the iPhone
Was it the
7.
10? I feel
It was
like
the 10. It was
was the
one of
one with the
them.
first with the face recognition. I remember
That shit
that one.
exploded in people's pockets. Do you not remember that shit? That shit exploded.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember when I don't. It's one of the iPhones. I have to go look it up. I don't remember what the iPhone was, but one of the iPhones when it first came out, shit exploded in people's pockets. It caught on fire in people's pockets, and they will show you the freaking scar on a leg or whatever of the phone blowing up. But you still went and was like, "Yo, I'm going to go get another one."
Yeah.
You know what I mean, guys? At the end of the day, you're still walking around with one in your pocket that knows wherever you're at all time.
Yeah. You know what I made me think about? Because like sometimes I'll be falling asleep with my AirPods in, and I'm like, is this good? And my phone will be like right next to me. I'm like, dang, is this good? All these radiation waves coming. And I've been thinking like, if that happens, I'm already done for because I've done this thousands of times.
Thousands of times, bro. Thousands of times. People, I get it. It makes me so mad that you don't take your time. People say the most outlandish stuff, and then people just follow right behind it. I remember when he was like when we was younger. Remember those people used to say, "Be a leader, not a follower."
Yeah.
Fascinating. That's out the window nowadays.